Do not click pay by credit card, because you will go into purgatory, local purgatory, okay? You can't get out for a long time, because it sends it in queue to be reviewed, and they review them every day, but they might have 50. So you might not get looked at until the end of the second day or the next week or whatever. Not because they're slow, they're not doing their job, just because the volume of making sure every word is spelled correctly, every picture is not, you know, I had one guy send a picture on V-Local of his logo, and it looked like a bat that was stretched. I mean, it was straight like the bat, it was like my wings. And then when you put it together, it said GoTech in black letters, but it looked like a bat because it was stretched. I said, dude, what's up with your logo? He goes, it's GoTech, man, isn't that cool? I said, it looks like a bat. He goes, what are you talking about? He went on it, he says, oh, I did the wrong size. So we got to check those kind of things. It's very important. So if you click on print by invoice, mail invoice, what you do is you print up an invoice. I'm telling you how to do this right now. Put your iNetGlobal member number of it on it. Hold on to it. And if you're ready to start building your page, if you know what pictures you want, or if you want to discuss it, you call Matt or one of the staff, and you say, hey, I'm ready. Okay, it's time, I want my page built. Or you can fax it in, the fax number's on the contact page. And so they have that there in the office, so they know that they can approve you right away. If your page is all ready to go, if you've filled out all this information here, let me just see here. Let me go to the top. Yeah, and I did not click over to the page where you drop the pictures in. The pictures are simple. You have someone in your family that knows what a 300 by 250 logo or JPEG is, okay? That's for your logo picture. Your slideshow pictures are 500 by 380. And it says that, will tell you that right there when you do that page, when you actually put the narrative in, the address, your email address, your phone number, your fax number. And I'm not gonna really go into that right here because it gets into sending stuff, and then they would have to approve it, and Saturday, 4 o'clock there, no one's in the office. So we would just be looking at each other, watching each other grow here. So we'll go down, and once you print out that invoice, you have it. That is your proof that you have gotten to the point where you're ready to do your V-Local page. Then the people in the office, you touch base with them, they'll have to approve that information, and then you'll get an email that says, hey, thank you for joining V-Local, blah, blah, blah. Time to build your page. That's when you build your page. You just sit there, that's fun, it's so fun. You can't break it. So I would suggest just go out on the limb and get the information in there so they have something to work with. So if you do have a problem, you call them and say, hey, I can't do the pictures, I don't know how. Let these guys do their jobs in the office, and which they do every day, and yes.
And by the way, so can you change your, you said just go ahead and build, so can you change your vehicle listing?
Yeah.
So let's say I have a toy shop, can I change that to a computer shop?
Yes. If Sabathani wanted to give you their listing, he'd give you their listing. Sabathani changed their listing. All these people, anything, the events you got coming up. I mean, you don't want to give it, you want to keep it as your listing, but I wouldn't say go out after you've had it there for a year and just give it to someone else, make them sign up the regular way. I mean, am I making sense to you?
No, I just mean, what happens is, let's say I have two businesses. One's a computer shop, one's a sports place.
Mm-hmm.
I say, you know what, I want to ditch the sports place, you know, I want to sell it all. I want to now change my listing to the computer shop. Yeah,
just as long as it was yours. Just as long as that's your customizable, they say customizable page.
Okay.
You can customize, like today I'm working for V-Local, tomorrow, or V-Newswire. Tomorrow I might be working for a grocery store. And so I'm going to change my V-Local page, or owning a grocery store, excuse me. I'm going to change my V-Local page to that grocery store. Okay? You just have that option. So now, at that point, does everyone have any questions right now about V-Local? Yes.
How do you sign up just with the non-iNetGlobal members?
Okay. The same process that you went through, except without putting that iNetGlobal member. Here, let me log out, I'll show you.
You have to use a credit card.
Yeah, if it's a member, not a member, you use the credit card. Or you print up an invoice, put a check in the mail with the invoice and mail it to the office.
But isn't that still mandatory?
What's that?
Isn't that iNetGlobal ID still mandatory?
No.
So how do you know that sale is from that ID number?
So we work.
How
The
do
sales
you-
come from that number.
Well, if you're a salesperson, you keep records of who you're dealing with, right?
Yeah, but how does the company pay us for commission?
Okay, I'm explaining that, okay? If you're a good salesperson, which is a problem solver, you keep records of what you're selling, okay? So if I go out and I sell 10 V-Local pages at $800 or $1,000 a piece, I'm gonna know because I want my commission, okay? The best way for you to do is you have a support staff in Minneapolis. Okay, if you're gonna sell a page that someone else can customize that's not a V-Local member, okay, you have to let us know. That's important. There's enough information where you can send emails to us directly and say, hey, you just sold, and you should be happy. I just sold an account in Toronto for business XYZ. This is the contact name, and this is my iNetGlobal member number, and I would like credit for it. It's happened before. There is, Matt has a way of putting that in there so it knows, but I like to go exceed the expectation that someone would register and see that. So I followed up, and I suggest to other people to send an email to sales@VLocal, sales@v-local.com, and let people know that, hey, this is your account. Because what should happen here in Toronto, it should be a domino effect with people selling this page. And you don't want to step on toes and everything like that. We want to keep track. But we also have a system in the office where if you're doing an amazing amount of sales on VLocal, we'll put you in this program called Salesforce. So you can tell us each week, actually you can log in from here and say, I'm working with the Toronto gas station, the Toronto grocery store. So if this gentleman, if Desmond comes to me and says, I'm going to go over here to this gas station, we say, stop. Gloria's already working with that gas station in Toronto right now. So we keep track of that. So that's kind of your obligation in a way as a salesperson selling products.
It's not reliable.
What's that?
Look professional. Can you automate somehow?
Well, there is, if you want, there's option two. I'll give you option two. When you go to the business, you sign in with your iNetGlobal number, and you create every page under your number. Okay? And when it goes to payment, that business either has to give you a credit card or a check. But you have to print out an invoice and bring it to that business and get payment. Now that's under your account. But at some point, you have to give that page to that owner. Okay? So it's easy because on the listings, they can claim their listings. Which means that that owner has not being an iNetGlobal member, goes to the green tab on the listing and says, is this your business? And you've sold in that business under your iNetGlobal number. You have to tell them to go claim their listing. Now, that's going to take some time because they're going to have to do the same thing you did to get to that point to build that listing. Okay? They don't have to rebuild their listing, but they have to claim it. So they'll have their own login and password so they can change their account. You follow me? Yeah, makes it a little less complicated, but you still want to keep a mental record. Like we have some people that are iNetGlobal members that are selling it like that. It works great. Experience is the best teacher, okay? And I've done this before, and I know what works for me, and if it works great for me, it could work great for 250 more people. I mean, that's what the survey says.
When you